Here it comes. Joe Biden unloads on a voter at a campaign event. Roll tape.
And you want to check my shape on, let's do push-ups together here, man. Let's run. Let's do whatever you want to do. Let's take an IQ test, okay? All right. Number one. Number two, no one has said my son has done anything wrong, and I did not on any occasion. And no one has ever said it. Not
I didn't say you were doing anything wrong.
You said I set up my son to work in an oil company. Isn't that what you said? Get your words straight, Jack. You did not hear that at all. What you heard... Look, okay, I'm not going to get in an argument with you, man.
Well, I don't want to either.
Well, yeah, you do, but look, here's the deal.
Okay. Let's see what Tammy Bruce thinks about this, because I think he was trying to look tough.
He was. You notice in the stories that he tells, he's always the hero of his own stories. There's clearly an idea in his mind, whether it's the corn pop story or other dynamics where he's defending people or himself, where there's the conflation of stories that into dramas. It's very strange. I have a column out that discusses the incongruity of what he says, the non sequiturs, and even if you notice in that shot there, people say, his campaign said, he didn't say fat, he said facts. Well, there's a group of young people to the side of the wall when he said, look, fat, and they all looked shocked. They were in the room. They heard what we all heard, and they were shocked at the nature of what was happening. But it did seem artificial. It was almost the only thing he didn't do was put up his fists. Yeah. And yet he was talking to a voter. And I don't know what he's looking at. Maybe they're misinterpreting Donald Trump. They think Donald Trump's being a tough guy. No, Donald Trump is being a passionate man who is being himself. And that, for all of us, that makes a difference. With Joe Biden, we don't know who he is at this point.
Hold on a second. I think we've got tape of the voter who was confronted by Joe Biden and what the voter had to say about it. I think we've got that tape. Yeah. Okay, roll it, please. I think we got it. Have we got it? I'm sorry, it's my fault. I don't know whether we got it or not. We're getting it? We're getting it? Any moment?
Well, that's the great thing about today's media.
I'm not trying to cause him problems. I'm just trying to bring out all of this he's been telling here today is all softball stuff. We don't want to answer the hard stuff. He's been in the Congress all his life, and all of these problems like high drug prices and all of that. Where in the hell has he been for the last 50 years? And he's going to change it all now?
Well,
yeah, see, that is the voter that all of these Democrats have to win over. And what does he do? He calls him fat. He might as well have called him a deplorable. That is a Democrat town hall, someplace where this presidential candidate, forget about winning the Democratic nomination. I think he pretty much can have that if things work out for him as it looks like they will. It's about winning over all Americans. This is the desperation of the Democrats. There's a panic involved. We've seen it with Pelosi. We see it here with Joe Biden. In addition to Joe Biden's general problems, his wife sees what we see. The fact that she is not pulling the plug at this point is remarkable to me. I mean, this is a man who seems to be in some general trouble cognitively overall. Another videotape coming out last week with him having this bunch of non sequiturs about children in his lap and people in a pool touching his legs, kids that he's got blonde hair on his legs. Very, very strange. From 2017. Interestingly, even though he's been in office for over 40 years, we haven't actually seen so much of Joe Biden. Pre this kind of media, pre the internet, really, an easy 8 years in the background with Obama, suddenly we're perhaps seeing him for the first time and not at his best at this age. And it's not about age. Look at the president, vigorous, clear. This is about genetics and other lifestyle issues, perhaps.
Now, if we're thinking that maybe Joe Biden is a little unhinged here, take a look at Speaker Pelosi. She really lashed out at a reporter who'd considered whether or not she hates the president. Roll that tape, please.
Do you hate the president, Madam Speaker? Because
I don't hate anybody.
Representative Collins,
we don't hate anybody.
I don't hate anyone. I was raised in a way that is a heart full of love, and always prayed for the president. And I still pray for the president. I pray for the president all the time. So don't mess with me when it comes to words like that.
Yes, I think she does pray for the president. The question is, what exactly is she praying for?
Whoa.
Now, this is
Careful,
also
Tammy.
the person who asked that question was James Rosen, a man who had been targeted by the Obama administration, if I recall, when it comes to spying. So he was asking about what Doug Collins had said and what others have been saying. But her reaction was so immediate and severe. Remember, they've been doing focus groups on impeachment because it's not political, on what words to use. I think that is, they've realized that what's resonated with the American public is that this seems personal, that it is unfair, deeply unfair, that is not changed, and that this becomes a matter of their unhinged emotional reaction to a man who has bettered them, who has had victory where they have not had victory, and has exposed the problem with the leftist agenda, that has destroyed lives, that what Pelosi and Obama said was the new normal, in fact, was a fraud, especially when you keep getting the job reports like we've had today and other economic news.
On that note, thank you, Tammy.
Yes, sir.
I got some more from you
Yes,
in a
sir.
second, but